instead of just being.
That's why I love that thing of Mogordatz, Pascal, with how do you spend your heartbeats?
How do you what, sir?
How do you spend your heartbeats?
Oh, yeah.
So beautiful, hey?
Yeah.
So
Why
I wish
living in higher dimensions is so important is because you're not affected. You're not affected by the limits,
Mm.
the four dimension limits, 3D plus time.
Nor the attachment. The attachment is what burns, wastes so much of it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It pulls
Especially
the
the
focus
time.
away. Mhm. We spend our time, our energy worrying, fearful, holding on to control, and doing it again and again and again, wondering why it's so miserable,
Why it's so hard.
why it's so hard, why it doesn't work, why there's so much chaos. Just holding on tighter and tighter is all we know how to do.
Mm-hmm.
And that limits the space. It creates tension of how it has to go. And then when we can help people flow their energy, unattached from it, even if for a moment,
We get the gap.
we get the gap. And those patterns will fill in that gap again. The old patterns will fill in that gap and overrun it again. Unless we put attention, focus, and practice as a skill.
Yeah, what I'm getting here is sustainable flow.
Way of being.
Yeah, a flow without gaps.
Momentum.
Yeah.
Continuous. That lines with our true nature, our passions, what we love, what we want, and the challenge of getting it.
And then there's the gap between when you've got it and what's next.
Mm.
Gaps have potential, huge potential.
Yeah.
The challenge is just telling us something's off. It needs to change. You need to pay attention to it.
Mm.
Rather than, it's kind of the same as the sense and feeling of I got to fix it by doing the same thing that created it.
Or friction
Mhm.
of some kind.
That's right. People will avoid that friction.
It
Friction
doesn't
is
impede anything, but it slows it down.
Mhm. I like that better instead of resistance, instead of tension.
Yeah, actually, friction steals some energy.
Mhm.
In what way does friction steal your energy?
Slows you down.
Mm.
It removes energy from momentum. The thing is, you don't have to keep something in motion. You don't have to continue feeding it energy. It'll just continue going once it's going, unless it runs into some kind of friction. Friction, you have to keep giving it energy. For example, you have a car that has tires on it. Okay, there's friction between the tires and the road, and because of that, you keep having to step on the accelerator because friction is taking away momentum.
But we experience positive and negative friction.
We do.
Mm. It's the same with a challenge. I think we don't want to have a genie bottle and just get what we want. We want the challenge. Just a perspective from what I see.
Challenge is definitely part of growth.
Yeah.
Mhm. Friction is part of growth.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Flow is part of growth.
Mhm.
Yes.
Tension is part of growth.
Yes. Yes.
But I think what's important is what are we doing with it? What is it? How are we reacting, responding, or choosing it?
Correct.
How are we playing with it?
Mm.
How
I
do
like
we
that.
interact
Yeah.
with it?
Yeah. Yeah. I like that. That's really, that to me is brings a lot of meaning to what I'm doing. Because you always want to have some meaning, right? Purpose of why you're doing something. Otherwise, you're just doing it in vain. So it's nice. It's nice to have that intention, to know that. It's really good.
It's how we learn to be magic.
Yes. How cool.
You
Yeah.
know, you get a deck of cards and you wear them out. Right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Learning your card tricks,
Yeah.
right?
And magic will follow you.
Yeah.
Such
So
good
thank you,
information.
Pascal. Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you, Pascal, for inviting
Such good
me.
information. Yeah.
And I invite Craig to your work.
Mhm.
Oh, wow. Okay, here's what came to me. Just the word beyond.
I love that word. It brings open spaces,
Mm.
expansion, magic, magical.
Above
Beyond
and
that.
beyond.
Yeah, I just,
Mm.
yeah, beyond and above.
Yeah. I can picture hanging out of that little balcony.
Well, you will be, because
And see it.
energetically, I'll be sending those vibes.
Well,
trust me.
yeah. Yeah, I know.
You're
I'm
gonna
there
be, you're gonna
already. I'm
be
there
feeling
already.
that. You're
Forget
gonna,
it. Forget about will be. You painted that picture,
You're
and I'm
gonna be
just
smelling that ocean, baby.
gazing at the horizon there.
Woo!
Yeah.
You're gonna do like the
Wondering,
Titanic.
What's
I'm
on the other
telling you.
side of that horizon?
That's it, man.
That's where I'm going.
Yeah, I'm going with you. Yeah.
It's interesting in that picture, there's nothing but water and
Mm.
sky,
Mm,
which are my two favorite things.
mine too. Yeah, the journey just becomes it's just like so much more fun, when you can share it.
Yeah, exactly.
And as we look out, it looks like they come together way out there.
Yeah, correct. That's right. Huh. Yeah.
But it only comes together right where you are and everywhere else.
Mm.
Mhm.
Yeah, the meeting point happens to be me.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Isn't that something? Yeah,
Mhm.
it
That's
converges right here.
beautiful.
Yeah.
That is so spot on. I really can resonate with that. That's beautiful.
but don't jump off that boat to find out. So
No, I'll stay on board. Trust me on
Good.
that one.
yeah,
I'm gonna stay. I think you'll miss me too much. I think you'll miss me
Yes.
too much.
that boat won't turn.
I need to come back.
that
I don't
that
want you
boat
to
doesn't
miss me too
stop
much.
very easily.
No, that boat's just gonna keep going, and I'm gonna go, hello. I need to be back on shore. I need to get back to my group.
Mhm.
They're gonna miss me too much. I'm too loved.
Mhm. Beyond, what went is like beyond our grasp was one side of it. And I was like, oh, how interesting, like grasping for it, just beyond our grasp. It's like, oh, that's a negative. It's in a limitation. It's in a can't have it, grasping for.
Yeah, what I was getting in counter to that is the courage to step into.
Grasping for what I know versus stepping into what I don't know. There it is.
And opening to what you don't know.
Mhm. That which is just beyond. Both are beyond.
Mm-hmm. Until you open to it, right?
Yeah, so which flavor of beyond you pursue is important.
And then the unknown is the known, as you would say, JC. And then once it's known, then you ask, okay, so what's next?
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
And you allow it.
Potential through focus.
Yeah, beyond what's known.
That's Allison's word today.
Yeah.
Potential through focus. Wow.
And so you can stand on the deck and be air and water
Mm-hmm.
and open yourself.
And be one with it. Because I'm actually
Yeah.
75% water.
Yeah.
Am I? Or is it more?
Mhm.
75? I think 85. Maybe 80. I don't know. 75, I think. And I think that's also why we feel so one with nature, because that's, when you're around water. you know.
We
I always thought
resonate so much.
I always thought my star sign as Aquarius was water, but it's not. It's actually air.
Air. Yeah.
I
Air
thought it
sign.
was water. I had this long belief that it was water. Aquarius is water because I love water so much. So much. My best place to be is in a bath, in a shower, in the water, in a pool, no matter what. It's as long as it's water. And I can, be in. It's my happiest place. I love. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, your ascendant is probably a water sign, Nikki.
What's that?
Your ascendant,
What's that? What,
where
I
the
don't
sun
understand.
was, when you were born.
Oh,
On the
that's interesting.
horizon, where the sun was, like in time of day. you were born.
Yeah. Oh. And isn't there something about water, when you're around water, there's a positive, how you say, coming out of the water, you know, that makes you feel good. That's what makes you feel good. It's a science thing. You know that, you know what I mean? Positive facts.
Yeah, water carries electrical charge
There's it. And it's a
better
positive.
than most. Yeah, it's a medium for electrical charge. And it moves very,
Electrical
very
charge.
quickly through water.
Yes.
That's why when
And
it's
that's-
lightning, you should get out of the lake.
Yeah, it's conductor, right?
Okay, what's that? You're speaking fast now. I
Con-
need to understand what's going on. What did
Conductor.
you say?
It's a conductor.
Yeah.
It's a
Water is-
conductor.
Yeah.
Whoa, yeah, I like that. Yeah, right.
Yeah, and it's grounded.
And that's why,
right? It's grounded.
right? And yeah, so when you walk up by the ocean, when you're by the ocean or walking even by a river, yeah, because I'm on the Hudson, I just feel like there's that. Oh, it's just electro, you know, coming through me, you know, and then I feel like I'm one with it, you know. I've always spoken to the sea as a little girl.
Yeah.
Because I lived in Cape Town. In Cape Town, I lived in Sea Point. I grew up in Sea Point. And in Sea Point, we have a beautiful beaches, you know, and there's this, you know, we have a walk path and you can walk right through to Bantry Bay, to Clifton. It was all right through. Beautiful, the beautiful walks. And I always used to love it, you know. From a young girl, I used to just love being by the ocean and getting that energy from it, you know. And not knowing, but I'm just saying as a child, like I used to speak to the water, to the sea. I used to say, I see you, I hear you, I smell you. I don't know why I'm telling you this, but I'm just thinking it's funny.
But the sea is so full of life, Nikki.
Isn't it? Right? It just brings like it was it's just my happiest memory. As I think of my childhood, that was my happiest memory.
I was also very blessed to be able to be on the coast as a kid. We were,
Yeah, right?
we
Me
were-
too,
yeah. It's really an incredible way to
It's so
be
freeing
able
and
to,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Well, guys, have a wonderful day and
Alison.
a good weekend. It was so nice to be with everybody this morning. Thank you.
Thank you, Alison.
Thanks, Allison. Have a
Hey,
great
Allison, good to spend time with you.
Blessings.
Hey, Allison, before you leave, do you want to play a little game?
A go game.
Yeah, it's just a fun game. Right? Give me 1
Yeah.
second, I'll just pull over. I just want you to guys guess what kind of juice, because we're talking about water. What kind of juice am I drinking? So let me just
Oh,
flip that.
that's interesting one. Oh, he's testing us intuition here.
Okay, do you
Ooh,
just
Nelly.
yeah?
Okay,
I'd say green
green
juice.
juice.
Yeah, well, it's a green juice, yes, because it's green, but
Yes, we were right.
what's
we were
in
right,
there?
Alison. We said green juice.
What's in there?
We said it, Alison. We got it right. I'm so
Of
happy
course it's
about that. That just
green.
makes me so happy.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
but that's green. We got the green right. We got the green juice, man.
Yeah, but
Well,
what's
you
in
want us
there?
to know what you meant.
What's in there?
Cucumber, spinach. Cucumber,
Celery.
spinach. Yes.
Cucumber, spinach,
Celery.
and what did
Maybe
you say, Allison?
parsley. Parsley. A little parsley.
Parsley. It's
I don't
only
think
one
And so
ingredient. It's only one
you only-
ingredient.
Oh, you only got one.
then it's
Oh,
celery.
I'd say
Celery?
it's cute. Hang on, let me just get my bearings now. Wait. Alison says
Celery.
what? Celery. Okay. I say,
Yeah.
oh my God. Hang on. Cucumber.
You're right. Nice. Yeah. So did you know that it's the most hydrative
Yes.
fruit in the
Yes.
planet with, I think,
Yes, yes.
98% water,
It is. Correct.
98%
more than watermelon?
H3O2. What's that?
Is it more
That's
than
a good-
watermelon, Pascal?
Is it what?
Is it more than watermelon?
It's a melon. Yes.
Yeah, but is it more? Like, has it got more water than a watermelon?
Oh yeah, yeah, it does. It does.
Oh, wow.
Mm.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
I love
like-
watermelon.
Watermelon, all like most melons, they're about 96 or so, they say. But
Mhm.
yeah, cucumber is
Interesting. So
mhm.
what do I get that I got it right?
Well, I was
Do
going to
get anything?
see to show you guys like
Do I get a
like
prize?
I was trying like to drive around and then like show you the sky because it was so beautiful. But you guys
Aw.
didn't see it, but every day is gonna be good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good.
you guys are here for a treat.
Okay.
Yay.
I'll take it. I'll
Yeah,
take the treat.
the
I'll
full
take
moon
that
is
treat.
still out in the sky right now.
Wow.
Yeah, no,
Wow.
it's
Hasn't quite set yet.
like the sunrise, sunset that we have in Calgary is like so
Cool.
impressive. Yeah.
Mm.
So
Thanks for hanging in there, Alison. In
Thank
the
you for the
tension.
game.
thank you.
We love you so much.
Mm.
We love you so much.
That's
Have a
good to
great
have you here this morning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lovely,
Good to
lovely
be-
having you.
yeah.
Lovely, 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 lovely.
Left a note
Beautiful.
for you in the chat.
Okay,
Have a
thank
good
you
day.
again, JC, everyone. Oh, she's the best. It was wonderful to be here with you again. I need you. Oh, bamboos for today. Bamboos for my day. It's a bamboo. It's a baboose, like it's a boost, you know. But she says baboose. I like that. That's a good way of saying it, huh? That was clever. She's a smart lady, that lady. She's a one smart lady. Woo. Wow.
Yeah, those calls are kind of like the alternator of a car. They
Mm,
recharge your battery.
mm. Well, you're fueling your body very, very well. I think the best you can ever possibly feel. So well done. Well done. Wow. I'm incorporating a lot of beets now, you know, beetroot. Mm. 'Cause I like beet juice. And it makes blood, but it's very cleansing. There's a lot in beetroot. Do you like beetroot? Anybody like beetroot? Sometimes it's nice with a little goat cheese, but I'm not eating cheese. So, but you know, have you ever had goat cheese with beetroot and walnuts? Delicious.
Can't say I have.
So there you go. Got you a little.
I've
little
had goat
taster.
cheese. I've had goat cheese and I've had beets.
So you got to put them together.
Yeah. And I didn't like either
you're
one
not
of them.
got to. Oh my
Mhm.
God, forget about it then. No, you don't got to do anything then. You don't. I got to get that out of my vocabulary.
That's an old experience, though. That's an old experience. There's a lot of things that I didn't like then that I like now. So
That's true. My younger sister didn't like tomatoes. Didn't like tomatoes at all. Now she loves tomatoes. Can't get enough of them. She eats them like, because it is a fruit. Tomato is a fruit, yeah. She eats it like, yeah, just. Mm. Yeah.
Hey, I just
I-
realized I got a meeting to get ready for, so I better roll here.
Okay.
Bye,
But
Craig.
thank you
Thank
guys.
you.
That was
Thank you,
that was
Craig.
fun.
That was good. It was fun.
Play and interaction
Playing injection, isn't it? Yeah. In the
and
sandbox.
exploring the beyond
Mm.
and the potential of it.
Oh my God. Sounds like a poet.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Awesome.
Yeah, have
Thank
a
you,
great day,
Craig.
everybody.
You
Craig,
too.
you too.
Mm.
Mm. Yawn,
Yes.
fun in the sun,
Mm-hmm.
potential through
Mhm.
focus,
Mm.
renaissance.
Renaissance. My God. Yes. Renaissance.
The energy, of the battery, of the flow, the friction.
Mm. I got like butterflies in my stomach when you say that. You know, like it's this oozy, woozy feeling in my, in my body. I don't know if anyone else has it. It's like, it's so yeah, happy. I think that's what it is. Words have so much volume, don't they? When you weigh that word, you just weigh it and you just go, wow.
Sit in it, sit in the word.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
how does it reflect off of me? What do I do
Yeah.
with it?
Yeah. I love it.
What action does it throw me into?
Yeah, I was thinking exactly that. Yeah, I was thinking exactly that. That's it, eh? Words become your thoughts, thoughts become your actions become your habits become your character, and your character becomes your destiny. A creature of habits.
Yes, we are.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so much.
Full of potential.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Just
leave
learning
myself
to
on
focus.
mute because we're just the three of us. But if it gets too loud, just mute me. All right.
Okay, thanks, Pascal.
Peace.
because it might get annoying at times, you know.
Mm.
But you guys decide.
Mm.
I have the control.
Yeah.
Shut you
What a
down.
beautiful morning here. Holy
Yeah, isn't it? Well, I also have a great morning. Like it's really nice now this morning. Also, yeah, because the winds dropped, you know, and it's very
Yeah.
like still, and it's like we've got blue sky, and it's very nice. Yeah, also
shit. Mhm.
this morning, yeah, it's very beautiful.
And I think today was gonna be about 45. So pretty good. Pretty good for here.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
No,
on
no,
the
no.
north side.
Sorry. More than that. Sorry. So it'd be 30. No, it'd be 62. 62 today,
Whoa.
which is not bad. Not bad here.
We 53.
You guys
Yes.
in New York? Wow.
It's sunny. 53 sunny. Feels like 51 at the moment. Mm-hmm. Let me see here. Yeah, we 52. Oh, nice. It's partly cloudy. But it is. But it's still, for me, I find it, because I know we've had such harsh weather. It's so cold, you know. So
Yeah.
when we have this kind of weather, for me, when I go to Florida, this is cold for Florida, you know. There's no way, but I'm on the beach. It's like, yeah, it was so funny.
Right.
Because you when you really know about cold, like, yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, I do.
So then, like, what's cold for Florida is definitely very warm for me. And I just like, yeah. Because they were like, aren't you cold? Aren't you cold? I said, no, it's beautiful. What are you talking about?
I
Oh,
know.
it's freezing. And then, oh, it's so freezing. It's freezing. I say, yeah, come to New York, baby, in winter. You'll know all about freezing.
Yeah.
And they know that, you know. My sister, you know, came here, and she was like from Cape Town, you know, at the time, my elder sister. When she came here, she said, oh my goodness, Nikki, how do you live here? How do you live here? She had this ear puff, she had the scarf, the hat, everything. She was freezing. She
Heated
couldn't. She just,
jacket,
yeah, absolutely. Like she said, oh no, this is
heated
brutal. This
boots,
is
heated
absolute,
jacket,
yeah.
heated gloves.
Yeah, you got to dress right. Otherwise, it's not pleasant.
Yeah. We just get used to it. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to layer. There's a lot of layering. Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
key. Layers.
Layers. Yeah, I had to learn that very fast when I came here. Very fast.
Yeah, because it's damp, right? It's really damp.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And then you
York.
go inside, and then everything is air conditioned. So then you got to take everything off again.
Mm,
And then when you go out again, you got to put everything on again. So it's just that little bit of adjustment when you know this is what it happened, and then you just realize this is what it is. But it took a while for me too. With the layering. But once I got the layering right, then it was fine. Then it's just like a norm, like every day. You just like, that's what we do, you know. And I find it very like incredible, the human, you know, that, and when I say human, meaning people that just push through it, you know. We're all traveling, we're all, you know, taking buses and trains and going places. It's amazing. The weather doesn't stop you. It can't stop you, but I mean, I'm just saying, sometimes it gets really rough, you know. And then you see everybody like just pushing through, you know, and you go, wow, the stamina, the you know, just the determination of I got to, you know, be at work, I've got to be at school, I've got to travel. Yeah. I always find it very
Also-
courageous and strong. Yeah, very strong.
Yeah.
The human spirit. That's what I wanted to say. The human spirit.
Mm.
Under harsh circumstances, you know.
They say what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right?
Yeah, that's it, hey. Kelly Clarkson, she sings that. I love that song. It doesn't kill you, make you
Which
stronger.
song?
Kelly
Oh, that's a
Clarkson,
song?
yeah, she
Oh, okay.
sings that song. What doesn't kill
Yeah.
you makes you stronger. Yeah.
Oh,
And then
I
also
see.
another song I really, really like is the one, I'm gonna just look it up. She does yeah. Yeah.
I didn't realize why it's so quiet in the street, but it's a holiday
Easter.
today.
It's Happy
Yeah.
Easter.
Yeah,
It's Easter.
it's the bunny chocolate.
Yeah, yum.
Yeah.
Oh, this is
Not
the
for
song.
me.
Can I share this song? I found it.
Yeah.
It's
for
called
sure.
Heartbeat. It's called Heartbeat song. It's a heartbeat from Kelly Clarkson. It's beautiful words. Oh, it's so down night down a man. Just playing it up. I love.
I don't know if I heard that.
Can you
Not
hear it?
sure.
Song.
No, I cannot hear it.
Oh, how can I let you hear it?
I think Jesse has to give you the co-host, maybe. Is
Oh
that how it
no.
works?
Okay, no, I want to let you see the words. Okay, I'm gonna read the words. Let me read. I can feel it rising temperature inside me, having felt it for so long time. This is my heartbeat song, and I'm gonna play it. Be so long, and I've got my journey up all night. Up all night. This is my heartbeat song, and I'm gonna play it. Turn it on, but I know you can take it up all night long. Up all night long. I think that's enough.
Yeah. Okay.
It's so cute.
Up.
I know that song.
Yeah, I do now.
Yeah, see, that's good when we know the song now, that when she sings it, it's like, yep, I know that song.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
That's a great job with it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Is it really loud?
It's not too bad, Pascal.
No,
Uh-uh.
because it's loud here.
Yeah, loud for you, not bad for us.
No? Okay, that's good. That's good.
Proof that you're doing something. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just not sleeping.
No, not yet. Not yet. No, No. At the end of the day, if I have time.
It's the end of the day. I got you. Giving away your secrets. Giving away your secrets.
Yeah, yeah. No, like I always like to plow through my work. Like no break, nothing. And then at the end, I just relax. Instead than just taking my time the whole time.
Yeah.
Break. Person. I go in the morning.
Yeah. Get it done. I love that. I do my best works in the morning.
Yeah, like it's like when it comes to about 2:30, 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
I don't feel to go anywhere. I don't feel to do anything.
Yeah.
So this work is good for me because gotta get up early, finish early. So
Me
still a
too.
job, but
Me too.
yeah.
Get half your day accomplished before the rest of people even get out of bed.
Oh, exactly.
Nothing
Like
better than
you
that.
see it today, right? It's 7, almost 7:30 here, and there's nobody on the streets.
Yeah,
Perfect.
it is because I'm just heading into the airport now. So the traveling was really, really like smooth for me. So I just wanted to say thank you. And sorry, I'm sorry I burst out singing. It was just I just wanted to.
Okay.
But thank you.
Have a great trip. Fun in the sun.
Sunny, yeah. I'll be thinking of
Yeah, enjoy.
everybody. I'll
So you're
try to
going
get
for a
on if I
week?
can. Yes.
You going? Oh, nice. Yeah, enjoy your trip. Safe trip.
Thank you guys. Bye for now.
Bye, Nikki.
Bye. Oh, that's awesome. It's funny, like my brother is going to Manhattan. I think it's today or tomorrow. Yeah. So like 2-3 days. She's leaving and then like he's coming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You're working today, Jesse, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna work today. Got a few things to wrap up for the week, and
Yeah.
my kids went over to stay with the cousins. They're camping, so it's just me and the wife, and so
Oh, cool.
for today, probably tomorrow too, I think. So we'll probably do something.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because you probably don't have many occasions to do that, right?
No,
Kids are always around, and
kids always around, and she's been working, and then they didn't like what they did. This is the misunderstanding, and so they terminated her, and so now she's looking for another job.
oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah, we got to create our own. That way
That's
we don't
right.
lose our job, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how long I'll be able to work here with like all these rules, and I almost lost my job, right? So, well, I lost it for a month, and but they didn't really tell me like, oh, how long, like when can I go back, right? So it was just like, yeah. But I'm happy to do this right now. It allow me to be on these calls, right? So
Yeah.
job is just a job, but it's what I can do with it. That's what's important for me.
Mhm.
So
I'm just watching.
I don't
the
know too
sun
many
come up.
jobs I can do that. What's that?
And I'm just watching the sun come up. It's pretty. It's lighting.
Oh, nice.
I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, it's behind buildings right now, but yeah, it's up here for sure.
Pink clouds, red clouds, fire
Oh,
red,
nice.
just as it's
Oh,
coming.
that's awesome.
Pictures never do it justice.
Oh, I know.
So disappointing.
I know, eh? It's like, yeah, you'd like to. Well, it's same thing. Like even Nikki take pictures of her trip, like, you know. But my mentality before, I was just like, oh, I'll just look at pictures, right? But it's when
Yeah.
like you really like, you know, I was so materialist that like for me, going on the trip was a waste of money.
Oh yeah, I know you.
You know,
Wasn't
because
worth
I
it.
was just
Yep.
like, no, it's like, oh, I'm not gonna spend like $2,000. I can get a car for this. You know, right? So, and the car will last me like 2 years, but this
Yep.
trip is only like for a week. You know.
Yeah, and it's over. It's done. What do you got? Oh, you got pictures. Great.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I could just go online and they take better picture than me.
Yeah.
Right?
And then you got to go do all the things in between that add more money to it.
Yeah. Yeah. But I changed. You
I
know?
did too. I had one of the best vacations after I changed.
Yeah, me too.
Let go of that scarcity, let go of that control, let go of that fear, that the old patterns. Yeah. Just enjoyed it.
Well, I become present in my trip.
Yes, that's what I was too. Not resisting it, not friction with the money.
Right. So interesting, eh? It's like,
It's that friction that doesn't allow for the peace.
yeah. It's kind of stupid to just really we're blocked because of money. You know, and there's people that have, that's why I never understand, like there's people that have no money and they don't have any block. Like, oh, are you worried about like paying your rent? Oh no, oh good. You know. But then like you have some extra and you're like, oh, maybe I should like build more and more and more, right?
That's right.
You know, you never know. You know,
Store
I
it.
need that bigger cushion.
Yeah.
For later in the day or later, like when I'm getting old and stuff. Yeah, it's.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm starting to change though. It's progress.
It's progress.
It's progress.
It is progress.
Yeah.
You know, it's the same thing. You know, it's like, oh, when my life's perfect, then I'll enjoy it.
Yeah. It's an interesting thing. And the
It's
reason
like,
why I didn't go on the cruise, it's because of money. You know?
Yeah.
Like I couldn't justify like spending like it's you know, to Alaska was like about 10 grand.
Yeah.
Right? I was like, I can't justify that. There's no way. I can get 5 cars.
That'll last you 10 years.
Yeah, at least. Right?
drive that one, it quits, I'll turn the other one on.
Yeah.
Jesus. It's like, I mean, you just think of that and it's like, oh yeah, that's abundance, right? And it's like, no, you got 9 cars that are just sitting there.
Yeah. Yeah, but they're good for the future.
Saving
Yeah.
for it. Yeah, that's right. Saving for it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my retirement right there.
There you go.
I can drive forever.
Nope, you can't.
Yeah, no, it's true, eh? Yeah. Yeah. Authority will take your car out, or
Yep.
like your driver license, or
Yep.
right.
And
Yeah.
it's so amazing the perspectives that we lock on to, right? It's like, oh, and that how, if we don't look at them, how counterintuitive they are, how they counteract each other.
Right. Oh yeah. Yeah. Give me one example of that.
I want to control the outcome so that I have peace. I want to control the chaos so that then I'll have peace with it. That's one example of it that I've seen just recently. It's like, oh, if I can control that, right? Force that. I want this, and then I'll have peace. Or if I get my money, then I'll be happy.
Right.
And so like that's the one version of it that's there. It's like putting it out on that side of it, and then we can make up whatever story we want around either the money or the happy. That's completely irrelevant, not even related. That's the point to it. They're not even related, and sometimes they're the opposite of it, you know. I think that's the one that it's like, oh, I don't want the geez, what's a good example? Yeah, the best example is when they're opposites of each other. We say what we want and then we say why we can't have it. That's probably the best one.
Yeah.
We give all the reasons why we can't have it. It's, well, no wonder. That's why, is because of all the reasons that you're creating a why you can't have it.
Yeah, we justify so much why we can't have that.
Mm-hmm. It's all we focus on.
Yeah.
When
Based
you
on
could
our
just
current reality, but really like we never look at what's possible. Right.
Yeah, and it's like, well, no wonder it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And we try and tighten it more, like get more control on it, grasp for it tighter, hold on to the fear even more. And it's like, wow, that's not how.
Yeah.
Money is that way, right? It's like, oh, I'm going to hold on to the money that I've got. I'm going to hoard it. I'm going to be, tight with it, and it's like, well, that doesn't grow more money.
No. No, that concept of like, giving, you got to give before receiving it. I never understand it for so long. And I was like, well, how does it make sense? If I give, I don't have more, right?
No, that's right. And so we don't do it, right? And so then we never know. We just are in our story, right? We're in the picture, we're in the information that, oh, it weren't, and not the experience.
Yeah. But when I understand, like, oh, if you give a good service, then you get more money. So it's not just giving money, it's giving, say, value.
Mhm.
And when you give
That's right.
value, then you get money.
Mm. So good. It's so important. Like at what part, where are we in the starting position of our focus? So good. And not that because when we focus on that, it's so limited.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's when I understand it. Like that's when it got flipped. I was like, oh, that's what they mean. You know, it's not just giving you money. It's really you give value and you get more money. Ah.
Mm-hmm. For most people, it's that limitation of money, meaning the currency, the dollars. It's like, oh, what do you mean I give the dollars out that I get the dollars back? It's like, oh, see how limited that is. When it's like, oh no, I give value. Oh, then people can give money back. That's completely different. There's so much more space in that.
Mm-hmm. But
And
it's
that's
not
all.
just,
Yeah.
you know, like, you know, if I don't share what I want to share, then you're not opening up to something that you want to share. So for me, like it's an exchange, right? And we're building something bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
Right. But like if everybody this morning would have been just in silence, we'd all build something on our own, you know, like internal.
Yep.
But if we don't share it,
Yes.
then this thing doesn't grow.
I agree. I think the speaking is our shortcut. It like amplifies it. It goes faster. And
Yeah, for sure.
it's a fine balance because if there's too much talking, we fall back into we're not we're not allowed to see what it does for us because we're listening all the time.
Yeah.
You know, and then it becomes a skill of like how we listen. So that's part of what I've learned through this is the skill of listening. And people, like you said, people have to speak it out loud so that they can experience it.
Yeah.
Just like when we were children, when we learned the pattern.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly the same.
That's what we're opening back up into is because as children, we were speaking our experience, we were speaking our feelings out loud, speaking them, and the world said, no, don't say that. You can't do that, blah, blah, blah. And so that conversation didn't stop. It just went internally.
Right. Yeah.
And then we saw the
we
actions
create
out
blockage.
there. Yes.
That's how we create our blockage because, you know, you say something and then like, oh, no, you can't say that. You can't say that,
Right.
you know?
Yep.
We're not open for that.
That's right.
And you're like, oh, okay. And
so what's wrong with me? Because see, it always comes back to because
Yeah.
I'm always in the problem.
yeah.
Not everyone else is always in my problem.
Mm.
So there's got to be something wrong with me is what we decide on. And that's universal.
Yeah.
And so we live that pattern again and again and again, over and over and over, waiting, wondering why can't it be any different?
Right. When the world's gonna be ready to hear me.
Yep.
And that's what's stopping us, right? You know, I've even with friends of mine, like, you know, when I start talking about health and stuff, and he's just like, oh my God, like, you know, you got to stop, you know, that doesn't make sense, and this and that. And but like the first thing he always said to me, like, oh, I have this problem with my joints and this and that, trying to explain like what it might be. And then, oh, no, that's not
Right.
it. That's not it.
No, I know better. I know better what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. But the next day it's like, oh, my toes now. It's like, I'm like, okay, all right. So when are you gonna just start listening? But you know, like that's how I can do. Like I said in this call, it's just like, you know, I'm really tired of convincing people. So I just try to lead by example, and then and if they want to follow, then they follow. If they don't, then you know,
That's right.
it is what it is.
Is when they ask, how do you do that? Or what are you doing? There's space.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm waiting for that moment.
No, man, we all are in all aspects of our life.
Yeah. Yeah, and then it's not like I feel I'm better, you know, than him or whatever. You know, I just have more interest of learning that stuff.
I think
Right?
that's a
Like,
great lesson for a listener, is to doesn't matter what's being said. What matters is, and honoring that's their passion.
yeah.
It's like, that's what they care about. Out of anything, that's something that you wanted to share. It's like, wow, I can listen to that.
Yeah, exactly.
Where our default is to listen and compare it to what we already know.
Yeah. Yeah, because for him, like he knows so much about mountain biking. It's not even funny. He did some competition, like all that stuff, and then like for me, sometimes it's too much to listen to, right? But I still listen, right? I'm just like, okay, yeah, cool. But like if I want to know something about a bicycle or something, then I know which guy I need to talk to, right? Because it's his passion. But he doesn't do the same, you know? So I'm like, okay, well, you're wasting an opportunity, you know? So no, I'm not a doctor, and I don't want to be a doctor, but I have this passion of learning that stuff.
Yes, and it's like, but I'm more important than you, because what I care about matters, and I don't care about what you have to say.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Fine. Right.
I'm working with a group of people, and they're like, are you a psychiatrist? No, I just love behaviors and patterns and breaking them.
Yeah.
I
I
love
know.
listening to them.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And you're developing like your skills even more with these calls.
Yeah.
Just
And
yeah, you're
those calls, like
accelerating.
when I'm, I got 9 hours a week that I'm on these calls with people, and it's and it is the problem solving orientation again and again and again, over and over and over. And
Mm-hmm. I know. And I found like there's some aspect in my life that like, okay, yeah, I'm kind of out of that problem solving, but health is still like, oh, I found it. I finally found it. Like, what's going on with me?
yeah,
I finally found it. And then I'll try it out, right? Like, let's fix it. Let's fix it.
yeah.
But it's just the orientation. It's like you don't need to give out everything you're doing. It's just like the orientation of like, okay, I'm happy where I'm at. I just want to, I just want to experience even better.
Yep.
Right. So I'm upgrading my machine, and there's nothing wrong with that. Right.
Mm.
So
It's like, what else would a passion do? Right, you do it
Yeah.
until like the passion's used up, right? It's not used up, but it's like explored to a point to be like, okay, yeah, there's enough of that there. It's like, now what's next?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Like
that's
Pascal was
scary.
saying. Yeah.
It's scary when we rely on ourselves to come up with those, because we've always expected others to tell us.
Right. Yeah, I should learn this because my dad was doing this. Right? I should be a contractor. I should be a carpenter. Dad was a carpenter, so I should be a carpenter, right?
Yep. And it goes the other way. It's like, oh, my dad did that, and I don't want to be anything like that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But it's the same damn pattern.
Yeah. Yeah. It's true. It's so freaking true.
That's part of like what I mean with we think we're doing something completely different and we're unaware of it.
Yeah. Oh, my dad was poor. I don't want to be poor.
Right. Well,
I'll never be poor in my life.
Yeah. That
But
unconscious.
then, like, you get all. Yeah.
I missed that part, Pascal. Sorry.
Oh, and then you and then you still feel poor.
Yeah.
Because that's your pattern. Right. And I know, like, I've got the exact same pattern as my dad. Money has never been enough. Until like he was on his deathbed, and then, oh, I cannot take any of it.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, he died young, and like, but still, I feel like he could lot more. But he said at the end he had a good life, so
Yeah.
that's all that matters,
Mhm.
right? Because that was one of my questions before he passed. I was just like, so do you qualify yourself having a good life? That you had a good life? And he was like, oh yeah, yeah. I did most of the thing I wanted to do. And I was like, oh, perfect. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's
the other thing that shocked me, it was like, I said, what did I say? There's something about, what would be your biggest lesson? Yeah, I think that's what it was. Your biggest lesson, he says, like, do everything you want to do without fear.
wow.
Yeah. And yeah. And that's a pretty good one for me. Without fear.
Just it still amazes me, like the phrase, the words like that. You see, how deep it is in our culture, how deep it is in our perspective without something.
Yeah. But that tells me too, like, if someone says something like that, that means they were fearful.
Yes. It's phase
Right?
one, I think of it. I think it's phase one is to acknowledge like that. Now there was like in that there's a lesson to be like, oh, I lived, I chased it. And it was like, if I could do it again, I would do it without that.
Right. Yeah.
But then again, the same pattern exists because, well, if it's not that, then what is it?
Yeah.
In our it's everything then. It's everything but that one thing, which is actually nothing. That's the problem with avoiding, with knots, with the negatives, everything on the negative side, everything that we're wanting to avoid. Because we're not focused on what it is we want, which is just the other side. It's the opposite.
Yeah.
So rather than living without fear, it's like live with confidence.
Right.
Live with joy. Confidently do what you love. It's like, oh, that's complete. Those are good instructions.
Uh-huh.
And that is the structure. That's the problem solving, the broken structure in our language.
Yeah. Yeah, those words, eh? No, not, without,
Can't,
and
should, but, or.
yeah, there's so many, isn't it? And it's always in our language. Yeah, I'd love to do that, but
I would love. Yeah.
I would love to do that, but that's a big one. But.
Yeah, I'm telling you what I want, and then I'm going to tell you why I can't have it. And it's like, well, no wonder. There's
Yeah.
no action towards it because you said what you wanted and then you tell me why you can't have it. You justify why you can't have it.
Yeah, no, exactly. So
And if
how do
that
you
isn't
expect to have it?
insane, that's right. If that isn't insane, I don't know what is.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah,
the
that's
crazy one.
awareness.
I'm the crazy one for challenging your broken pattern. Not you, but
Right.
people that are in that structure. Oh, this
Yeah,
is what I
yeah.
want, but
No,
I
no,
can't have it because of da 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 da. And it's like, yes, that's why you don't have it.
you know, I'm more aware of it now, but I'm not perfect.
No, me neither. But only when we say it out loud can we observe it. Otherwise, because internally, when that runs internally, it is slippery. It just goes without being tested.
Right.
You don't test the truth of it if you don't speak it out loud.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no declaration there, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, no, that's a good.
So I do agree. That's why it's so important that we speak and why we listen.
Right.
And another great question is like, oh, is that true? Is that why you can't have it? Is that the truth?
Right. Or it's because you had an event when you were like 6 years old
Yeah.
that your father tell you why you can't have that,
Yep.
right?
Mhm.
That's that's why this work is so important.
Mm. Why the
Do you,
feelings are so important. Yeah.
right? Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's huge. Yeah, the feeling is kind of the anchor, right?
Mhm.
Anchored in, because you can say it, but not, and you can have all the best intention in the world, but until you feel it, because that's what we're after anyway.
Yep.
Right? We're always after a feeling.
Yep.
So if you're feeling it without even having it, then there's no reason why you can't have it,
Yes. And that
because
is
you're
the
already
truth.
feeling it.
That is the truth of what we are. And then we create it. Then we go look for it. Then our unconscious goes and gets it.
Yeah.
That's the shortcut.
Yeah. The feeling is the shortcut. Oh yeah, nice.
It bypasses time.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's always present. That feeling's always there. And it goes so deep. It goes to the beginning.
And that's why,
So
like,
what?
when you have an experience and then, like, you're, say, super happy with it, then the universe kind of knows, like, oh, he likes that. Let's give him more of that.
Mm-hmm. Yes. rewards. Yeah.
Yeah. Because the universe doesn't care if you know, you're happy, sad, frustrated, whatever.
No, no.
They're just going to give you more of that.
Whatever you're focused on, you're just going to get more of it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And 99% of us are focused on why we can't have it. Whatever it is for you, for them, it's
So
going to give you more of that.
yeah, it shows right in your face why you can't have it.
Yeah, again and again, until, and then it's like, you need to learn the lesson again and again and again and again.
I know. Wow. Yeah. I love that we're putting awareness on it this morning. It's like we know, but really, like, I don't know. We're kind of creating something really beautiful this morning. It's like, yeah, it's good practice. Yeah. Yeah, it's like someone that like, oh, I don't have any money, I don't have this, then like now you'll see like your furnace will break down, your car will break down, see, I don't have money. And then the more you say it, like the more you don't have. It's absolutely crazy.
Self-fulfilling prophecies, yeah.
Yeah.
You'll focus, what you focus on is what you'll create. What you're feeling is what you'll attract.
Yeah. Even this,
working with-
yeah, no, you go ahead.
Well, it was just like, I'm, working. We're in a alcohol drug recovery.
Oh, yeah.
Working with this, and it's like, they say, well, tell us, how many days you're sober or clean, and then tell us what your problem is.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, and it's like, I refuse. It's like, no, why would we do that? You just told me how many days you're sober, and then you say I'm an alcoholic. That's not true. That's not true. No wonder you keep wanting to go back to it.
Yeah. Instead then like saying like right in these therapy, be like, what would you like? What would you like?
I'm celebrating. Yeah.
And choose that.
That's right. I celebrate 46 days of clean and sober, living a life I love.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, there we go.
But then like
our unconscious will hold on to the last thing that we said.
But then if you don't change your environment, then you're more subject to go back to, because like your friend's not going to accept you. You change, right? So you're not the same person.
Nope.
No. You used to be so much better.
Yeah. It's so hard, for sure. And then it's all change, and we're afraid of change, and it's like different, and like all that struggle that's inside of it, that we create, because it's like, oh, I'm not choosing.
Yeah.
Well, I am choosing. It's just I'm choosing why I can't have it rather than what I want.
Right.
I mean, it goes a lot of it's around our families too. It's like, I want a peaceful family. I want to love my family. I want to be with my family again. There's a lot of that, and it's like, But as soon as it's like, yes, there's the one sentence in a 20-minute check-in that I heard you wanted. And the rest of it, the rest of the sentences, the whole other stories was every reason why you don't have it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always somebody else's fault.
Mm-hmm.
And the truth of the moment is, for example, it's like you will always be the mom, you will always be the dad in that family. No one can take that away from you.
No. And that's the truth.
That's the truth. Hold on that, build a foundation around that. And if you want to be that, put focus on it.
Yeah.
Stop putting focus on why you're not and put focus on why you are, how you could be. And what would a dad do going forward? Build a new one.
Right. Yeah, and anchor it with feeling.
Mm-hmm. With possibility, with potential,
Right.
with the possibility that it's going to be the way you create it, no matter what's in the way right now.
Yeah. Be open to possibility.
That's right. Accept the worst thing that could happen.
Yeah.
And everything
Yeah,
else will
love
be
it
gravy.
as much. Love it as much.
Yes. Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, love it as much as whatever outcome it is.
That's right. Declare it now to be the worst it'll ever be again and move forward. Focusing on what you want, how you want it to be, what you're creating, what you're going to build into, how you want it.
Yeah, if it's not a resume of what we learned, I don't know what it is. Plus,
Yes.
you know, it's like, it's the recipe of creating the life you want.
I find it's like it's so easy for us to recall a memory.
Yeah.
But to create a future memory, it's impossible.
Right.
Oh, I can't do
Yeah.
that. It's but it's like, well, it works the same way.
Yeah. You create it, right?
That's right. Whether it's in the past or the future, doesn't matter what a memory is.
Yeah, I think like most people have the harder time like to understand that we create our reality no matter what.
Yep.
And that's a hard one for most people. Right? Oh, there's no way. If I would have created, I wouldn't not done it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how do you want it then?
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, it's like, because it's that we have to be right. It has to be perfect. It has to work out. And when it doesn't work out, we blame someone else.
Yeah.
And that's the structure that's forced us to get the right answer. Ugh. That's the structure that wanted us they didn't want the whole human, they just wanted a good pair of hands.
Right.
And we're living with the consequences of that structure 3 generations later.
Yeah, and we're still in that same structure.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Well, we're finally realizing that it's not working.
Yeah.
And wondering, well, what would work then?
Yeah, we're at
renaissance.
the awareness phase right now,
Yeah, yeah.
right? We're like, oh, our systems are not working. Oh, so some people are waking up and then like they're creating something new. Very
The
exciting
younger
time.
the younger generation's the ones that's really like they're saying they're breaking it, yeah, but they're just not in a position enough to break the power. Not yet.
Yeah, not
we're
yet.
we're the transition. We're the
Yeah.
bridge.
Yeah,
Our generation's the bridge because we know long enough. We've listened to it long enough to be like, you guys are fucked.
mm-hmm.
And those that are older than us are holding on to their scarcity, holding on to their money, holding on to their power because they can't let it go.
Right.
And we're saying, no, it's not going to go that way.
Yeah, because imagine that money doesn't worth anything tomorrow. Nothing. Doesn't
Yeah.
worth nothing. Everybody lose it all.
Yep.
You know, it's like we're all starting from like clean slate. What do we
Yep.
want to create? And it would be a lot more basic. We just
boy.
went too far. Went way too far. You know, I look at the landfill and like what's in there. It's like, fuck, people. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy the stuff in there.
All the stuff we got to have, huh?
Yeah.
At one time, and then we replace it. We throw that out and replace it with something else.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah,
that'll make me happy.
It's like my 5 cars, right? With $10,000. Right?
Yes.
Do I need 5?
Mm.
Oh yeah.
If I'm comparing it to that vacation, you bet. If I'm justifying not taking that vacation, you bet I need 5 of them.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Because I've got to prove myself right.
Mm-hmm.
I can't just be in the tension of, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, the I don't know is a big one for me. I was uncomfortable when I said I don't know.
Mm. God, me too.
You know, I had to know.
That's right. Me too. I couldn't let it go. And that's what I avoided. And anything that we can't allow is what we need to look at.
Yeah. And we said I don't know, and then now I'm listening for any clues, anything that. But when I resist, I don't know, then there's nothing that can go through.
That's right. Nothing new shows up.
No.
We're just looking for what we know then.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Pascal, thank you, my man. What a wonderful conversation.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll just share one more thing because,
Yeah,
like,
please.
I'm
gonna
the
get another cup of coffee.
yeah, it will be just 2 minutes. It's not gonna be long.
Take as much as you want.
The space. The master herbalist that I'm following and I'm loving it. He says like, yeah, like he sells herbs and stuff, and he says like he's conscious that that's not the future. It's just like where society is at. But he says like, you know, like, cause he's sharing The Biology of Belief by Bruce Lipton. You know, like feeling, anchoring, all that stuff, right? So So what we've been saying, like we're just ahead of the curve,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? But like, you know, people want concrete stuff, right? They want to
Yep.
put something in their body. I do too, you know,
Yep.
but I can do both. And that's the beautiful thing about it.
Mm.
But down the future, you know, they're saying we might not need food. We might not need anything.
Mm.
You know, there's already people that I don't know if it's completely true, but a breatharian, right? That just live on breath. It's possible. Or like people that I've seen some retreat that like they just dance for 6-7 days just out in the sun. They're just getting feed by the sun. But there's transition. You cannot just like, you know, you're eating a lot of just dance food and then like you're like, oh, I'm gonna go on one of those retreats. Well, you'll go down,
Yep. Yep.
you know?
Yep.
And that's what these extreme diets are. You know, they're not for everyone. You know, you gotta be ready for them. So
Yep. And even
but the
as you
beauty
said
of
it,
like feeling thoughts, you know.
Yep.
But you know, it's not going to kill you. That's what I would say. You know, like if you think positively, like it's not going to kill you. It's just going to make it better, right?
yeah.
So
Yeah, like try it out. What's the worst that's going to happen? You bet it's going to get worse. Change. It gets worse before it gets better, and change it does.
yeah, yeah,
Letting go of those old patterns doesn't fix it immediately.
no, it doesn't.
And that's what we all are looking for. We're all, and it's like, oh, that made it worse. So let me do the same thing I was doing.
Yeah,
I mean, even as you shared it, it's like a breatharians. I'd never heard of that before. I was like, no way. That was my internal response to it. It's like, oh,
right,
not needing food, no way. It's like, oh, see, I'm not creating any space for that.
right.
Just my
Yeah,
response to it.
we got that's restriction, right? It
Mhm.
cannot be like seriously. Everybody breeds, you know, but
Yeah.
they need food. Come
Yeah.
on, you know. Do you eat do you breathe properly? I think so, right?
One in and one out.
Yeah. How else it can be, right?
That's right.
Not that hard, right? So yeah, but just being open, you know, just being open. You don't need to accept it. Just
That's
being
right.
open to it, and eventually maybe you'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, maybe I'll try this. You
And
know?
how do you know you're being open to it is a yes, not a
Yeah,
no.
exactly.
It's definitely not a no, but it's in the I don't know. It's like it could be, maybe. What would it look like? Could it be that? And that is the beginning of it.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like
Well,
you said, wonderful conversation, Jesse. We create something new,
yes, we did.
right? So, and I thank you for it. And yeah, have a wonderful day.
Thank
And we'll
you. You
see tomorrow.
too. All
We
right,
will
my
see
man.
you
Have a
tomorrow.
great day.
Okay.